Let's talk about David, Bathsheba, and Prophet Nathan. And if you haven't read this story before, you can read this story in 2 Samuel chapters 11 and 12 in the Bible. So, first of all, David's supposed to went off to war, but he didn't go. And in the midst of him sticking around, he sees a beautiful woman named Bathsheba, and he just had to have her. And he took this married woman and he laid with her. While laying with her, he impregnated her. Once he realized that he had impregnated her, he tried to cover it up by sending for her husband, who was at war, to have him to come home and lay with her so that it can seem as though she was impregnated with his child. But when the husband returned, he refused to sleep with her. And so David had her husband killed and had her moved in with him to try to cover the story up. God sent a prophet Nathan to tell David a parable. And when David heard the parable, he gets angry and says, "What man does such a thing? He should die." And when Nathan heard David say this, he said, "You are the man. You have done such a thing." And so David confessed his sins, and he sincerely repented to God. And God forgave him, but he still had to face the consequences for his actions. So the child that he had with Bathsheba died, and God told David that his house would see the sword. And David faced a lot of turmoil in his family. So the moral of this story is, we all have free will in life. We wake up every day with a decision to make. You can do what's right or you can do what's wrong. But at the end of the day, no matter which decision you make, always remember that God sees all and he knows all. So there's no way you can be out here doing people wrong or doing wrong and think that God doesn't know it, because he does. So I want to encourage you guys to, if you know you're out here doing wrong, repent. Sincerely repent to God for your actions. Take accountability for your actions and do better. Make wiser decisions. Make godly decisions. Seek God in everything. See, it's hard to hold yourself accountable. See, pride will have you doing just what David did. Try to cover it up. But humility will have you repenting and acknowledging and holding yourself accountable. I pray this message has blessed someone on today. I encourage you to read 2 Samuel chapter 11 and 12. And as I say in all my videos, you all be blessed and a blessing.